My favourite vintage skirt. It looks like a mini that used to be a maxi until someone hacked the bottom of it. Size 7, never heard of it. I want to copy it, but I'm a novice seamstress. Never sewn a dart, never sewn a zipper. Watch 1,000 tutorials which only confuse me. Invisible zip or exposed zip, maybe buttons instead. Is that easier? Watch another 1,000 tutorials on Rollo buttons. Go to bed with a headache. Back to the zipper idea. I only have these in my stash. Cool zip pull. Pretty cool colour. Also, I don't have a zipper foot, so exposed zip it is. Watch 1,000 tutorials on exposed zips. Go to bed with a headache. Measure all the skirt parts. Get confused and measure them all again. Make 3 different patterns and 3 different mock-ups. Still not right. Can't be bothered to start again, so I just fold bits up and stick bits onto the original pattern. Can't be bothered to do another mock-up to test. Just hope for the best. Not going to use leather. Don't have any leather. I've got this bit of scrap bedsheet with an old ecoprint tester on it. It's almost the perfect size of cloth. Won't be much waste. And it's not my favourite print, so if I fuck it up it won't be a huge loss. These things are important to me. Go a bit wonky on the seams, which makes the hips look a bit pointy. I try to round it out a bit. Somehow managed to fuck up the dart on the very first stitch. Start again. Overshoot the mark on the first dart. Second one is even worse. Unpick the second dart and watch another tutorial. Decrease the stitch length towards the dart point. Undo the point again and redo it. Dog's breakfast. But there it is. It's a dart. Apparently the key to a smooth dart is pressing it on a ham. Can't be bothered right now. I don't have a ham and I'm sick of darts. I watched 1,000 tutorials about sewing on a skirt band with a lining. New conundrum. Do I have a curved or a straight waistband? Go to bed with a headache. The original skirt looks to have a straight waistband, or is that just my stupid, untrained eye? Decide that it'll have to be a curved waistband, because at the moment there's a 6 centimetre difference between the current skirt top and my waist. I cringe at how shit it looks so far, a bit like a school uniform. Anyway, plough on. Paper's not long enough. Tape a bit extra on the end. I'm going for the slash and burn method to make a curved band. Not slash and burn, what's it called? Slash and spread. Don't have tape, so I'm using old label edging. I'm cutting the back of the band slightly wider so it'll get caught easily when I stitch along the front of the band, if that makes any sense. Apparently bands need interfacing. And this is all I have in the way of interfacing. I think it's horsehair. Now I understitch. Supposedly so the seam will naturally want to fold at that point and hide the seam from the front of the skirt. These scissors are shit. Do I really need to clip the inside of the band? Doesn't seem to want to naturally fold at the seam line. Maybe it's the horsehair. It's a curve. Let's have lots of pins. The zip is too long. I'm I'm going to cut it in half, and then if I happen to find a random zip pull in the future that's in need of a zip, then I'll be able to get 2 zips out of this and no waste. These things are important to me. Zip stop. My narrowest sewing foot will hit this black line if I run along the edge of the zipper teeth. Apparently zippers need interfacing. Back to the horsehair. Probably should have clipped the corners before I sewed the lower seam closed. But just then I noticed another problem. I haven't lined the 2 pieces up properly. Undo. Save thread. Redo. Oh yeah, probably should have clipped the corners before I sewed the lower seam together. Again. Look at that bird's nest. What a beauty. Whoop, something went wrong. Again. I ran out of bobbin thread halfway up the zip and didn't notice. Take 2. Grab one of the mock-up testers to use as a lining. I hope it's not too flimsy, but at this point, who cares? Enclosing the zip inside the band and the lining, trying to visualize how this should come together really did my head in. What happened here? Did I fold the top of the zip towards the wrong side?
Fuck.
Undo, take 2. This is the mood of this skirt. I just snipped through my zip seam.
Fucking hell.
I'm not redoing this again. I'm just going to sew over it and hope for the best. Please be okay this time. It doesn't go all the way to the top. I'm over it now. That'll do. The stitch in the ditch on the front of the band to secure the back of the band was horrible. I hand cranked most of it and it was still shit. What a mess. At least it caught the back well. Oh, how did that happen? I suppose I'd better do something about this. And this. Weird and pointy at the front. try to smooth it out. Is that any better? And I suppose I'd better do something about this. And I think she's done. If anybody watches this, feel free to let me know all the sewing crimes I've committed in the comments. I've listed all the various YouTube videos that helped me achieve the construction of this skirt in the description. I'm sorry to all the creators for not doing you justice in my final product, but thank you for all the amazing help.